I can't do this. I'm sorry, said Marcus. My maid of honor, Olivia, stood behind me adjusting my veil. She didn't know yet. Nobody knew. Side 200 guests waited in white chairs arranged perfectly on the lawn. My father was in the hallway, ready to walk me down the aisle. The string quartet was playing softly. I read the message again, hoping the words would change. They didn't. Maya, you look beautiful, Olivia said, her voice warm. She had been my best friend since college. We'd shared everything, told each other everything. Or so I thought. My phone buzzed again. Another message. We're together now. We didn't mean for this to happen. I stared at the screen. We? Who was we? Then a photo loaded. Marcus and Olivia. Kissing. Timestamp showed it was taken this morning, just hours before I was supposed to marry him. My name is Maya Chen and I'm 27 years old. 3 months ago, I stood in a bridal suite at the Riverside Manor, wearing a dress that cost more than my car. My hand shook as I held my phone, reading the text message that would change everything. The phone slipped from my fingers and hit the floor. The screen didn't crack, which seemed wrong. Everything should have broken in that moment. Maya? Olivia's voice sounded distant. Are you okay? I turned slowly to face her. She was wearing the pale blue bridesmaid dress we'd picked out together. Her makeup was perfect. Her smile was concerned, caring. She was a good actress. When? I asked. My voice didn't sound like mine. When what? She tilted her head, still playing innocent. I picked up my phone and held it toward her. I watched her face carefully. The moment she saw the photo, something flickered in her eyes. Not surprise. Relief. Maya, I can explain, she started. How long? I interrupted. She bit her lip. That thing she did when she was thinking of a lie. I'd seen it 1,000 times but never recognized it for what it was. 6 months, she whispered. 6 months. Half a year of planning a wedding while my fiancé slept with my best friend. Half a year of dress fittings and cake tastings and seating charts while they laughed behind my back. I'm sorry, Olivia said. Tears filled her eyes. Pretty tears that didn't mess up her mascara. We didn't plan this. It just happened. We tried to fight it, but... Get out, I said quietly. Maya, please listen. Get out. The scream tore from my throat. Felt good. Olivia grabbed her purse and ran. The door slammed behind her. I stood alone in the bridal suite, surrounded by flowers and champagne and all the stupid decorations for a wedding that wasn't going to happen. My phone rang. Marcus. I answered. Maya, I'm so sorry, he said. His voice cracked. I never wanted to hurt you. But I can't marry you when I'm in love with someone else. You're a coward, I said. You couldn't even tell me to my face. I'm outside in my car. I couldn't come in. I couldn't face everyone. Of course he couldn't. Marcus had always been good at running from hard things. Where's Olivia? I asked. She's with me. We're leaving town for a few days. Until things calm down. They were together. Right now. Probably holding hands in his car while I stood in a wedding dress with nowhere to go. Maya, say something, Marcus pleaded. I hung up. Then I turned off my phone completely. Someone knocked on the door. Sweetie, my mom's voice. It's time. I opened the door. My mother took one look at my face and knew. What happened? She asked. Marcus isn't coming. The words felt like glass in my throat. He's with Olivia. They've been together for 6 months. My mother's face went white, then red. That son of a... She stopped herself. Your father is going to kill him. Mom, everyone is waiting out there. She straightened her shoulders. My mother had always been strong. Then we tell them the truth, and we hold our heads high. But I wasn't strong like her. I was broken, humiliated. I had invited 200 people to watch me marry someone who didn't love me. I can't face them, I whispered. You can and you will, Mom said firmly. We raised you better than to hide. She was right. I took a deep breath and followed her down the hallway. With each step, I felt something shift inside me. The shock was fading. Something colder was taking its place. My father stood at the end of the hall. He saw my face and immediately moved toward me. What's wrong? Marcus left, I said. With Olivia. Dad's face darkened. I'd only seen him truly angry a handful of times in my life. This was one of them. I'll handle the announcement, he said. You don't have to do anything. But I shook my head. No. I need to do this. We walked to the ceremony area together. I could hear the confused murmurs as people saw me approaching without music, without the traditional entrance. The officiant looked panicked. I walked to the front and took the microphone from him. 200 faces stared at me. Friends, family, co-workers. All dressed in their best clothes. All expecting a wedding. Thank you all for coming, I said. My voice echoed across the lawn. I'm sorry to inform you that there won't be a wedding today. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Someone's aunt clutched her chest dramatically. Marcus has decided he's in love with someone else. My maid of honor, Olivia. I paused. They've been having an affair for 6 months. He told me 30 minutes ago via text message. The gasps turned to angry muttering. I saw Marcus's mother stand up, her face pale with shame. But please don't leave. We have food and music and an open bar. It would be a waste to let it all go to nothing. Celebrate the fact that I found out who he really was before I legally bound myself to him. A few people laughed nervously. Then my cousin Tyler stood up and started clapping. Others joined. Soon the whole crowd was applauding. My father stepped forward and took the microphone. Food is being served. Drinks are flowing. Let's make this the best non-wedding party this town has ever seen. People came up to hug me all afternoon. They said things like, you're better off and he didn't deserve you and I never liked him anyway. Their pity made me feel worse, but I smiled and thanked them. Marcus's family left immediately, shamefaced and quiet. Good. They should be ashamed of their son. I changed out of my wedding dress in the bridal suite. I dreamed about this dress for months. Now I never wanted to see it again. I put on jeans and a t-shirt that Mom had brought just in case. When I came back out, the party was in full swing. Someone had changed the playlist from elegant string music to upbeat dance songs. People were laughing, drinking, having a good time despite the disaster. Tyler found me at the bar. You okay, cousin? Not even a little bit, I admitted. He handed me a shot. To dodging bullets. We drank. The liquor burned. I wanted more. What are you going to do? Tyler asked. I don't know. And I really didn't. My whole life had been planned around Marcus. We were supposed to honeymoon in Bali. Come back and move into the house we'd just bought. Start trying for kids next year. The house. I'd completely forgotten about the house. Tyler, I need your phone, I said urgently. He handed it over without question. I called my lawyer, Amanda Price. She'd handled the house purchase. She answered on the 3rd ring. Amanda, it's Maya. I need you to do something for me right now. Of course. What's wrong? Aren't you supposed to be getting married? That's not happening. Marcus left me for my maid of honor. But here's the thing, the house we bought together? My name is the only one on the deed. He never got around to adding his. There was a pause. You're right. I remember that. He said he'd sign the paperwork after the wedding. I want the locks changed. Today. Right now. And I want all his stuff removed and put in storage. Can you arrange that? Maya, are you sure? This seems impulsive. I've never been more sure of anything. He humiliated me. He cheated on me. He doesn't get to keep living in my house. Amanda sighed. Give me 2 hours. I spent those 2 hours at my non-wedding party, drinking champagne and pretending to be fine. People kept asking if I wanted them to track Marcus down, to key his car, to post angry things on social media. I said no to all of it. Because I was planning something better. Amanda called back. It's done. Locksmith just finished. I hired a company to box up his belongings. Everything's in a storage unit downtown. I had them deliver the key and unit information to his parents' house. Perfect. Thank you. Maya, I'm sorry about Marcus. But I'm not sorry you're protecting yourself. After I hung up, I smiled for the first time all day. A real smile. Marcus would show up at our house tonight, probably expecting to grab some clothes and disappear for a while. Instead, he'd find new locks and an empty closet. My cousin Ashley appeared beside me. You look scary when you smile like that. Good, I said. What did you do? I told her. Her eyes went wide, then she started laughing. Maya Chen, you're ice cold. The party ended around midnight. People hugged me goodbye, promised to check on me, said Marcus was an idiot. I agreed with that last part at least. My parents wanted me to come home with them, but I refused. I'm going to my house. My name is on everything. He doesn't get to chase me out of my own home. Dad looked worried but nodded. Call if you need anything. I mean it. Anything. I drove to the house alone. It was a cute cottage-style place in a quiet neighborhood. We'd picked it out together 3 months ago. Painted the bedroom together. Argued about furniture together. Built a life together. Or I thought we had. The new locks gleamed in the porch light. I used my new key and went inside. The silence was heavy. All of Marcus's things were gone. His shoes weren't by the door. His jacket wasn't on the hook. His coffee mug wasn't in the sink. It was like he'd never existed. I sat on the couch and finally let myself cry. Not pretty tears. Ugly, choking sobs that made my whole body shake. I cried until I had nothing left. Then I got up, washed my face, and made a plan. Marcus thought he could humiliate me and walk away clean. He was wrong. I opened my laptop and started searching. Social media. Bank records. Emails. I had access to everything because we'd shared passwords. Stupid Marcus never changed them. What I found made my blood boil. Messages between Marcus and Olivia going back 8 months, not 6. Photos from the work trips Marcus said were solo. Receipts from restaurants I'd never been to. Hotel rooms I'd never slept in. But the worst part? They'd been laughing about me. Making jokes about how clueless I was. How easy it was to fool me. There was a group chat. Marcus, Olivia, and 3 other people I thought were friends. They called it Maya's Wedding Watch. They'd been betting on whether they could make it to the wedding before I found out. One message from 3 weeks ago. Think we'll actually make it to the iDose? This is getting too easy. Olivia. Marcus's response. She suspects nothing. It's almost sad how trusting she is. I screenshotted everything. Every message, every photo, every cruel joke. I saved it all to a secure folder. Then I made a list of every person who'd been in that group chat. Marcus. Olivia. Derek, Marcus's coworker. Stephanie, a girl from Olivia's gym. And Alex, someone I'd considered a close friend. 5 people who'd watched me plan a wedding while mocking me behind my back. My phone rang. It was Marcus calling from an unknown number. I let it go to voicemail. Maya, please pick up. I'm at the house and my key doesn't work. Where are you? We need to talk about this like adults. Call me back. I deleted the voicemail without listening to the whole thing. He called again. And again. 6 times in total. I didn't answer any of them. Then Olivia called. I answered this time. Maya, please, she begged. I know you're angry, but we can fix this. We can talk. Marcus and I made a mistake. You made a mistake? I interrupted. For 8 months? 8? No, I told you 6. I found the messages, Olivia. All of them. Including the group chat where you all placed bets on whether I'd find out before the wedding. Silence. Who else knows? Olivia asked quietly. Nobody yet, I said. But that's going to change. Maya, don't. Please. This will ruin my reputation. I work at the same company as Marcus. People will find out. I'll lose my job. You should have thought of that before you slept with my fiancé. I'm begging you. I'll do anything. Name it. I thought about this. What did I want? Revenge? Justice? To hurt them the way they'd hurt me? Yes, all of the above. You're going to tell the truth, I said. You're going to post on social media explaining exactly what you did and for how long. You're going to tag everyone who was at my wedding. And you're going to apologize publicly. I can't do that. Maya, please. Then I'll do it for you. And trust me, my version will be much worse. I hung up before she could respond. My phone rang immediately. Marcus this time calling from yet another number. I answered. You changed the locks? He shouted. That's my house too. No, it's not. Check the deed. Only my name is on it. You never added yours. That's a technicality. I helped pay for it. Actually, you didn't. I have the bank records. Every payment came from my account. You said you'd reimburse me after the wedding. I paused. Guess that's not happening now. Marcus sputtered. You can't just kick me out of my own home. It's not your home. Never was. Your stuff is in storage unit 247 on Baker Street. The key was delivered to your parents' house. This is insane. You're acting crazy. I'm acting rational. You cheated on me for 8 months. You humiliated me in front of 200 people. You don't get to keep living in my house. 8 months? Where did you get? He stopped. You went through my phone. Your computer, actually. You really should log out of your email. He was silent for a long moment. Maya, I'm sorry. I really am. But this isn't the way to handle it. No? How should I handle it, Marcus? Should I just let you walk away? Pretend you didn't destroy 3 years of my life? We can work this out. Just let me come get my things and we'll talk. There's nothing to work out. We're done. Don't contact me again. I hung up and blocked his number. Then I blocked Olivia's number. Then I went through my contacts and blocked everyone who'd been in that group chat. My phone buzzed with a notification. Olivia had posted something on social media. I opened it. I need to be honest about something. I've been having an affair with Marcus Rodriguez for the past 6 months. He was engaged to my best friend Maya. Today was supposed to be their wedding day, but Marcus couldn't go through with it. I know this is shocking and hurtful to many people. I'm sorry for my actions. I let my feelings override my morals. I betrayed someone who trusted me. I'm not asking for forgiveness, just understanding that humans make mistakes. I read it twice. It was carefully worded. She made it sound like a tragic love story instead of a cruel betrayal. She said 6 months, not 8. She left out the group chat, the betting, the jokes. This wasn't the confession I demanded. This was damage control. Fine. She wanted to play it that way? I could play too. I created a new post on my own social media. I attached screenshots of the group chat, the cruel messages, the timeline showing 8 months of lies. I wrote, "Today was supposed to be my wedding day. Instead, I learned that my fiancé Marcus Rodriguez and my maid of honor Olivia had been having an affair for 8 months, not 6 as she claimed. I also learned they, along with Derek Hammond, Stephanie Yu, and Alex Porter, had a group chat where they mocked me and bet on whether I'd discover the truth before the wedding. Here's the proof. I'm sharing this not for sympathy, but so everyone knows exactly who these people are." I hit post before I could change my mind. Within minutes, comments started pouring in. Angry comments supporting me. Shocked comments from people who knew Marcus and Olivia. Comments calling them terrible names. Someone shared it. Then someone else. Then someone else. Within an hour, it had been shared 200 times. My phone started ringing. Friends who'd seen the post. Family members who were furious. People I barely knew offering support. I turned off my phone and went to bed. I woke up to 73 missed calls and over 300 text messages. My post had been shared 5,000 times overnight. Someone had found Olivia's work email and sent the screenshots to her entire company. Someone else had found Marcus's LinkedIn and posted the evidence there. The internet had taken my revenge and multiplied it. Part of me felt guilty, but a bigger part felt satisfied. I made coffee and checked the damage. Olivia had deleted all her social media accounts. Marcus had done the same. But the screenshots lived forever. People had saved them, reposted them, spread them everywhere. My doorbell rang. I looked through the peephole and saw Marcus standing there. He looked terrible. Unshaven, wrinkled clothes, dark circles under his eyes. I didn't open the door. "Maya, please," he said through the wood. "We need to talk. This has gotten out of control. People are harassing me at work. Someone threw eggs at my car. My boss saw the LinkedIn post. I might lose my job." "God," I said loudly enough for him to hear. "Maya, come on. I know I hurt you, but this is too far. You've destroyed my reputation. You've destroyed Olivia's reputation. When does it end?" "It ends when I say it ends," I replied. "You destroyed my life. Turnabout is fair play. I'll sue you for defamation. You can't just post private messages online." "Actually, I can. Everything I posted was true. Truth is an absolute defense against defamation. Check with your lawyer." "You're being vindictive." "I'm being honest." "There's a difference." He stood there for another minute, then walked away. I watched through the window as he got into his egg-covered car and drove off. My phone rang. Amanda, my lawyer. "Maya, I saw your post. It's gone viral. Are you prepared for potential legal consequences?" "Everything I posted was true and documented. Can they really sue me?" "They can try, but they won't win. However, I'd recommend not posting anything else. You've made your point. Continuing could look like harassment. I'm done posting. The internet is doing the work for me now." Amanda laughed. "Fair enough. How are you holding up?" "Honestly, I feel lighter. Like I took control of something that was controlling me." "Good. Call me if you need anything." Over the next week, things escalated beyond what I'd imagined. Marcus was fired from his job. Not because of the affair, but because he'd been using company resources to communicate with Olivia during work hours. The social media posts prompted HR to investigate, and they found thousands of personal messages sent during business time. Olivia was placed on administrative leave pending an investigation. Turns out she'd falsified some expense reports during her business trips with Marcus. Company hadn't caught it until they started digging. Derek, Stephanie, and Alex all faced social consequences. Friends stopped talking to them. Derek's girlfriend left him when she saw the messages. Stephanie was asked to leave her gym. The dominoes kept falling. And I just watched. Tyler came over one evening with pizza and beer. "You've created a monster," he said, gesturing at my laptop where I was reading the latest updates. "I created accountability," I corrected. "Same thing these days." He took a bite of pizza. "How do you feel about all this?" I thought about it. Satisfied. Sad. Angry. Relieved. All at once. That's a lot of feelings. It's a lot of situation. My mother called the next day. "Maya, honey, I think you need to stop reading about this online. It's not healthy." "I'm fine, Mom." "You're obsessing." I can hear it in your voice. She wasn't wrong. I've been refreshing social media constantly, reading every comment, watching the stories spread. "I just want to make sure they face consequences," I said. "They are. You've done what you needed to do. Now you need to start healing." Healing. The word felt foreign. I'd been so focused on revenge that I hadn't thought about what came after. "How do I do that?" I asked quietly. "Therapy might help. And time. And letting go of the anger. I don't want to let go of the anger. It's the only thing keeping me upright. Anger is fine for a while. But eventually, it'll poison you more than it poisons them." After we hung up, I sat with her words. Was I poisoning myself? Was this revenge worth the mental energy I was spending? I looked around my house. It was clean, organized, exactly how I wanted it. No Marcus leaving dishes in the sink. No arguments about thermostat settings. No lies. Maybe Mom was right. Maybe it was time to focus on moving forward instead of looking back. I started therapy the following week. Dr. Kim was a middle-aged woman with kind eyes and a calm voice. "Tell me what brings you here," she said. I told her everything. The wedding day. The affair. The revenge. The viral posts. Consequences. She listened without judgment. "How do you feel about what you did?" she asked when I finished. Justified. But also empty. Like I won a battle, but I'm not sure what I won. "Revenge rarely brings the closure we expect," Dr. Kim said. "It feels good in the moment, but it doesn't heal the wounds." So what does heal them? Time. Processing. Learning to trust again. Letting go of the narrative that this happened because of something wrong with you. That last part hit hard. I had been blaming myself. Wondering what I'd missed, what I'd done wrong, why I wasn't enough to keep Marcus faithful. "It wasn't your fault," Dr. Kim continued. "His choices were his own. Your job now is to rebuild your life without him in it." I went to therapy every week. Slowly, things started to shift. The anger didn't disappear, but it became quieter, less consuming. 3 months after the non-wedding, I got a message from an unknown email address. "Maya, this is Olivia. I know you blocked me everywhere, but I needed to reach out. I'm in therapy now. I've been diagnosed with severe codependency issues. I'm not making excuses for what I did, but I'm trying to understand why I did it. I hurt you in a way that's unforgivable. I know that. But I want you to know I'm genuinely sorry. Not sorry I got caught. Sorry for the pain I caused. You deserved better. You deserved honesty. I hope someday you can find peace. I hope I can too." I read it 3 times. Part of me wanted to send back something cruel, but mostly I just felt tired. I didn't respond. She didn't deserve my forgiveness or my continued anger. She deserved nothing from me. I deleted the email and moved on with my day. Marcus tried reaching out twice more over the following months. Once through his mother, who called to say he was really struggling and needed closure. I politely told her that his struggle wasn't my responsibility. The second time, he showed up at my work. Security escorted him out before he could reach my desk. I filed a formal no-contact order after that. 6 months after the wedding day, I went on my first date. His name was James, and we met at a bookstore. He was kind, funny, and patient when I explained I was recently out of a serious relationship. "No pressure," he said. "We can just be friends who occasionally eat dinner together." We went on 3 more dates. Then 5 more. Then I stopped counting. James knew about Marcus and Olivia. I'd been honest from the start. "That's brutal," he said when I told him. "How are you doing with it?" "Better. Some days are harder than others, but I'm getting there." What helped the most? The viral revenge or the therapy? I thought about that. The revenge felt good in the moment, but the therapy actually healed something. Would you do it again? The public posts? Honestly, I don't know. I don't regret it, but I'm not sure I'd choose that path again if I could go back. James nodded. Growth looks good on you. Tyler's wedding was a year after my non-wedding. I was a bridesmaid. Walking down the aisle in a blue dress felt surreal. I thought about my own wedding constantly that day. How different it had been. How I'd stood in a bridal suite reading a breakup text while my maid of honor betrayed me. But Tyler's wedding went perfectly. The bride was beautiful. The groom cried during his vows. Everyone danced and celebrated, and it was everything a wedding should be. "You okay?" James asked during the reception. He'd been my +1. "Yeah. Just remembering." "Want to talk about it?" "Not really. I want to focus on being happy for Tyler." He squeezed my hand. "Then let's dance." We danced until my feet hurt. And for those few hours, I didn't think about Marcus or Olivia or revenge or betrayal. I just existed in a moment of joy. Later that night, James drove me home. He walked me to my door. "Thank you for today," I said. "For being patient with me. For understanding when I get quiet. Maya, you went through something traumatic. You're allowed to have complicated feelings. Still, you could have run away from all this drama. But you stayed." He smiled. "I happen to think you're worth staying for. It's been 18 months now since the wedding that never happened. I still live in the same house. Still see Dr. Kim every other week. Still occasionally check social media to see if Marcus or Olivia have resurfaced. They haven't. I heard through mutual friends that Marcus moved to another state. Started over somewhere new. Olivia did the same, apparently. They're not together anymore. That relationship imploded within 4 months. Part of me wishes I could say I feel nothing about them. But that would be a lie. I still feel anger sometimes. Mostly, though, I feel relief. Relief that I didn't marry someone capable of such casual cruelty. Relief that I found out before I legally bound myself to him. James and I are still together. We've talked about moving in together. I'm not ready yet, but I'm getting there. Trust is hard when it's been shattered, but James is patient. He shows up. He's honest. He doesn't make promises he can't keep. My cousin Ashley asked me recently if the revenge was worth it. "Did it make you feel better?" she asked. At the time, yes. Long term? I'm not sure. I think therapy and time would have healed me with or without the public posts. So you regret it? No. I needed to take control back. I needed to stop being the victim of someone else's choices. Whether that was the right way to do it, I'll probably never know for sure. Fair enough. I look at my life now and barely recognize the person I was 18 months ago. That Maya was trusting to the point of naivety. She ignored red flags. She let people treat her poorly because she wanted to believe the best in them. This Maya is different. Stronger. More careful. Maybe a little harder. But also more honest with herself about what she deserves. And what I deserve is someone who won't make me question their loyalty. Someone who won't laugh about me behind my back. Someone who sees my trust as precious, not as weakness to exploit. Marcus taught me what I don't want. James is teaching me what I do want. And honestly, that's the best revenge of all. Living well. Moving forward. Building a life that doesn't include people who proved they don't deserve to be in it. The wedding day that destroyed me also freed me. I just didn't know it at the time. Now I do.